I'm standing in Lan Su Chinese Garden, and I'm here with Glenn, and it's a delight to be here, Glenn. And we're going to talk today about, spring. For us gardening people, it just explodes with color. Flowers are everywhere. But today we're going to chat a little bit about this time of year and the stuff that you might have to look a little harder to find, but can be just as breathtaking.
Yeah, it's interesting in winter. Maybe we have a little more time to stop and look at a level of detail that we don't at other times of year.
Yeah.
And certainly in this garden, there are so many interesting details if you do stop and look.
Yeah, and there really are, and I think a lot of times we forget, we're so used to seeing a tree or a shrub covered in leaves that we forget that right beneath that exterior are often amazing structures and bark.
We'll see the shape of the tree, the trunk and the branches, sometimes, like you said, interesting ornamental bark or seed pods, features that in other times of year are disguised, be it by leaves or just by the kind of hustle and bustle of other busier times of year.
So let's talk about a couple of the great barks that you have here.
So we have several trees that are known for their ornamental bark, including the crepe myrtles, the stewartia, and even a pine. It's called a lace bark pine because literally when the bark flakes off, it shows off different colors and this kind of lace-like pattern of blues and greens and grays.
And it really, I was just telling her earlier today that it is stunning. It looks like some type of art on the trunk. It's beautiful.
It is, and again, when this time of year the rain comes down, it gets wet, it brings out those colors even more.
Well, there's still stuff though that's like blooming. Like we're in the middle right now of mum-vember with your mum things going on here, and there are so many. Talk about colors. I mean, it seems like almost every color available in nature is in these blooms here.
It is. It's hard to believe, but this is the most colorful time of year because one, we have all of these colorful mums brought in, hundreds of them, every shape and size. And then you've got all the deciduous trees turning color, a lot of the herbaceous plants turning color. And if you come down now, you will just see everything, everything in the spectrum of colors.
Yes, and I think too, even behind us here, this is persimmon.
This is a great
Talk
example.
about just a pop of color at this time of year.
Right, so you have these bright orange fruit, but in addition, the foliage is wonderfully ornamental. It turns, again, a great orange, red, yellows, like a sunset in each leaf, and it too is an ornamental feature of this plant.
And I love when you first walk in through the first entrance, and you've had this around for a long time, that beautiful pomegranate in the pot.
Right.
Covered in fruit right now.
Another one, and it's got a kind of yellow foliage at this time of year. We have teeny tiny fragrant flowers on some of our osmanthus trees right now.
Lovely fragrance.
So fragrant.
Oh my goodness.
Yet another reason to come down and see things on that level of detail.
Yeah, and it's not just the plants. You still have all kinds of things going on throughout the whole year and in wintertime too. And maybe not all of them are specifically plant related, but they all tend to really introduce those of us that might not know so much about the wonderful culture of China.
Yeah, it's really a garden for all seasons. We do all sorts of programming, as you're saying. Every month out of the year, there's something going on. Every Thursday, you can come down here and do Tai Chi.
Nice.
We've got calligraphy lessons going on, people playing music, all sorts of activities that you can engage in and learn something about China, learn something about this long history behind this garden. And
the more I kind of think, the more I learn about other places, the more I can find out about myself. So it really works for everything.
Absolutely, and I think we see that as the mission of this place.
Well, for more information, we would certainly invite you to go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website, and I'm sure all of us can find something to do here at Lan Su Chinese Gardens. Glenn, always a pleasure. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much.